okay. Hello, Jack. I was taking a look at your file, the Kicks and Punches scene file, and I loaded in your reference. I'm not sure why, but when I updated the image plane to the movie, I needed to switch it to the file type to movie from image. And then I noticed that your poses were at a different time than on the reference. So what I did is I slid all the poses to correspond with the image plane. So what you had at frame 1 is now at frame 79, but it matches up pretty closely with the reference. Your poses are looking nice and strong. One of the other things I did is I went in and created holds, right? So she gets to this pose around 101, and then she just kind of settles into it between 101 and 106. Then she changes her pose again until 114. So I have it get to it at 114, and then she just kind of settles in it until 122. So I basically duplicated the keys on all the controls by using my middle mouse button and sliding it to a different location to create these holds. So there's a couple of breakdowns I think that we need to add before we start splining this out. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in there. Like I think I'll have this settle here. We definitely need this pose, so I went ahead and I created a keyframe here to remind myself that I want to create a pose here. This is a wind up before she goes into here, into this pose. And she lives in this pose for a little bit, like between 140 and 144. And then she gets to this pose. I would add this as a breakdown right here. So I'm going to add a key on all the controls here, just to remind myself that we are going to create a pose right there. Here she holds this. So again, I duplicated the key that you had, and I made sure that it was from 168 till 177. And then she goes back into this. I think that on the way there, let's add I would put a key right here, right when the foot begins to move. So we'll put one right here. And then it settles here at this frame. So let's do one in between, like at 88 to here. So here's another example. This is the next key pose that you're going to go to. But she pretty much, most of her body's already there. By the time we're at frame 202. The only thing really changing then is the arms. So I'm going to select, I have all the keys selected right now. I'll do it one more time. I'm going to drag select everything. I'm going to come down here to the time slider. I'm going to hit my middle mouse button, and I'm going to drag it to frame 202, let go, and hit S. So now I've created a pose here. So really the only thing changing is like she's taking her hand from a flared position to a fist right here, so we can add that in. The other thing is like really only the arms are continuing to move. The arms don't really hit their pose until like here, but we can make those adjustments pretty easily. now that we've got all these, we know where these keyframes are. So I'm gonna add a couple of breakdowns, and then I'll show you how I would spline it out from that.